Hi there, welcome to my channel. For those who haven't already, please hit the like button and subscribe. And I'm on my channel. I do a little bit of woodworking. I do a little bit of I mill my own lumber. I fix my own machines. I did do a little bit of metal work in the past. As you can see, I have a lathe in the background and some metal machinery here. I would get back into it if it was more profitable at this time, but it's not, so maybe in the future, I don't know. So yeah, today what I'm making is actually a countertop or a butcher block countertop. The people came to me and said, look, the laminate on my countertop is peeling off, and I see you make cutting boards and stuff, so could you make me a countertop? So I said I agreed to that because I had some birch lying around that I've been trying to find a project to use it in, right? And it's going to be 3x4, 4 on the long run, okay? And it should be roughly 3 to 2.5 inches thick, glued every inch. Okay, so I've already started, and I've milled these down, and what I need from this lumber, I need 2 clear boards. Whoops, sorry. I need 2 clear boards with no knots, and the ends matter, right? Because they're going to be glued together, so I can't get any checking or anything in here. It's got to be a clean end of board, and that affects a lot because these things are cut 96 and a quarter, 96 and a half, which really this should have been cut like 101, 100, something like that, so you have room for checking. And if you get a little snipe coming out of the planer, you can just cut that piece off, right? But nope, there's gonna be some waste, but hopefully it'll turn out okay. Okay, so, and I'm gonna be using this table for the gluing, and I'm gonna use a gantry router to smooth it down because I don't have that gantry CNC yet. Okay, so this board seems like it could. Okay, so I set my saw 3 inch. And hopefully this will sit. If it's not sit, it's more waste. I gotta make 48 of these things, or 24, and split them in half, or whatever I can make out of whatever I got. So that's a problem there. I lose that much, and I don't get my 48. So this nice piece is only going to make 148. And if you look at it closely, I got some knots in here, but they won't show up. There'll be a slice sandwich between glue joints, so that doesn't matter. Yeah, I think I only got 1 board in this. So this is the kind of defect that I'm talking about, right? I don't want to see any of this discoloration inside my end grain. And if this is going to be an end board, I'm going to have to sacrifice and just get one good board out of it, right? So that's basically what I'm talking about. Okay, I'll go 2 7/8 on it. I'll try to get whatever I can out of it. I didn't film me gluing this thing, okay? But what I did was I had to buy 2 more clamps here to get the job done. And as you can tell, this glue over here is wet and this is dry. So I glued half to make sure my clamps were strong enough and I could squeeze out the glue so I would get it would seal up my seams. And my good side's on the bottom, so I've got a lot of glue out, so hopefully I won't get any seams showing. Okay. I found 2 pieces which I'm going to put underneath this. I can clamp my jig underneath. But I got to make sure these are the same. They are the same. But I've got a little bit of a pull in this one. So I'm going to run it through the planer. If I relieve some of this, it should straighten out. sketchy, but that'll let this drop nicely. This is heavy. This way at least. At least 75, 80 pounds. I'll come down 4 corners. Alright. So now, get my gantry out. The problem is my cross side is too short to make another one. See, I use this to make some shuffleboards, and I gotta make a wider one. No tear out. trying to make sure that it stays tight on the table, so that way everything's going to end up flush. Or I'm going to get a straight edge, which is what I want. This table is flat, but it's not the same machine surface. It's 3 different machine surfaces. Like a machinist would have a surface block. That's what I think they call it, surface block, surface table, surface block. And it's flat on one plane up to, I think it's 1/10, or you can get better, but there's laboratory and shop grade. There's 2 different grades of tables, right? Wow, it is going to be... Okay, so this is my setup. This is the router. And as you can tell, I have a collet on there with the bit. And if you look under here, I have to raise this by that much. Okay, and I'm gonna hit the lowest spot here, and it's about here, and I need to know that measurement. So I'm gonna try to swing it out a little more this way. Okay. So I've kept my measuring tape and see how much that is. And I'm gonna maybe bring it up a little more. This might be the lowest spot right here. Just gonna measure this one. And it is 1 inch. Well, slowly getting there, slow but sure, but it's working. I've already done half. And all I do is I use this stick as a guide, so I don't have to try to line everything up every time. Well, it's finally done. I got one surface done. Had a little mishap off camera. My extension cord was lying over here, and as I was creeping up with the gantry, I clipped the cord with my router bit. I had to resplice the wire or fix the harness. I'm just going to try to sail by it. This is going to be a struggle. Hope the sandpaper can do it. So I'm now gonna be putting on the chamfer, the edge, okay? And I'm not gonna climb mill. I'm gonna go conventional milling, but I always start at the end so I don't get tear out. I'll bring it back here and then go along. So I'm now gonna be putting on the chamfer, the edge, okay? And I'm not gonna climb mill. I'm gonna go conventional milling, but I always start at the end so I don't get tear out. I'll bring it back here and then go along. Okay, so this stuff is stir only. Okay. And, you don't want any bubbles in your finish. And this is what it is. Okay, looks like a milky white inside. I don't know if you can see it. So I'm just going to stir it up. Okay. Okay, so now over to the table. So when you apply this, long strokes. I'm just gonna get the sides done here. Drip. Off the bottom. Well, this turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the results. For those who haven't already, please hit the like button and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!